Hi everyone, and welcome to our first Campus Urban Farm docent training on background and history of the Campus Urban Farm, or otherwise known as the 5Ws. So the purpose of this lesson is to introduce you to the 5Ws when it comes to the Campus Urban Farm. The 5Ws being who, what, where, when, and why. And the intention is to help you form the basis of your quote-unquote elevator speech if and when leading groups or tours at the Campus Urban Farm. The concept of an elevator speech is the idea that if you hop into an elevator with someone, you only really have a few seconds or maybe a few minutes to basically explain to someone a concept. In this particular case, you have a group that's asking about the Campus Urban Farm. And what you want to do is be able to provide a very quick speech on who the campus farm is, what is it, where is it, when was it created, why. So this will help you form the basis of that quote unquote elevator speech. So to get started, in terms of the who, so who really was involved with starting the farm? So the proposal for the Campus Urban Farm was first introduced by a Cal State Dominguez Hills undergraduate student named Hawk McFadden, as well as interdisciplinary studies professor Dr. Jenny Hall back in fall of 2017. And basically that proposal was put forth to the sustainability coordinator, Ellie Perry, and to facility services at that time. Based on that proposal, we moved forward with identifying a location in its current spot, and that proposal was looked at by upper administration and sent to the presidential cabinet. Presidential cabinet took a look at the proposal after hearing from the people involved, basically granted campus approval for the Campus Urban Farm in February of 2018. At the same time, we had earned basically a campus as a living lab grant that the CSU Chancellor's Office had provided, which really helped to launch the farm in terms of having a lot of startup funds to provide that financial backing and actually launch the Campus Urban Farm as soon as it was approved by our campus residential cabinet. As a result, the Campus Urban Farm was able to begin operations fairly quickly. We also had assistance from several service learning classes and many motivated volunteers, which really helped get things off the ground very, very quickly. In terms of the areas of responsibility, due to the nature of the proposal being approved, the Office of Sustainability basically has bottom line staffing responsibility. So that means providing the management for the Campus Urban Farm interns, as well as bottom line responsibility for maintenance to make sure everything kind of stays alive and stays clean, as well as volunteer coordination in terms of just general volunteers coming in and wanting to use or help with the farm and events and things like that. Dr. Hall, on the other hand, is the faculty liaison. So as a professor, it has bottom line responsibility for ensuring academic activities and research take place at the farm, and really building on that living laboratory concept of using the farm as an educational space. So between the people involved, that's basically who was responsible for launching the Campus Urban Farm and who kind of maintains it. In terms of the what, so the Campus Urban Farm itself has a footprint of approximately 0.11 acres, and that's made up of about 30 feet by 80 feet of available growing space. It's a functional plot of land. It's not just for show and demonstration. We legitimately grow crops, so that's why it's a farm, not a garden, because we actually do produce crops for food production, which is the definition of a farm, regardless of how big it actually is. So in terms of the success of the farm, what we're based on is, whether we're being successful or not, it's based on crop yield. So how many pounds of food are we actually generating for the food pantries at our campus, as well as the volunteer and visitor participation. So how many people are actually coming out and visiting the farm and being educated at the farm. And this ultimately helps justify donations from external funders like Shell Oil and Campus Dining, who have donated in the past and donate fairly regularly. And it's important because it shows that we're being successful, but that doesn't really work unless we have ongoing collection of metrics to justify that. So making sure that we always weigh our crops, that we always track our visitors, that's essential in terms of demonstrating that the farm has value. And ultimately, the reason for that is that our general mission is that our mission statement is listed right here. The farm serves as first of all, a resource for providing free and/or affordable produce to food insecure students. Secondly, we're a living laboratory space for faculty and students to integrate sustainability into their coursework and research on the campus. And thirdly, we're an outdoor classroom space and event venue to support relationship building in the community, both on campus and off. Based on those submissions, obviously we're tracking the crop yield as well as the participation numbers are really important to show that we're meeting that mission need. Thirdly, in terms of where we're located, because that's usually the first question that comes up, physically we're located next to the campus physical plant off of Glen Curtis Drive in Central. So if you go to physical plant, we're literally right there in the parking lot, right on the corner. Essentially if you head down Pacific View Drive closer to the Central Avenue entrance, we're just along that street. And the reason for that is the area that the farm occupies actually replaced the previous function of the land as an abandoned campus grounds nursery. So it was this underutilized grounds nursery that was actually part of physical plant that they weren't using. So they actually, gifted the area to us. And in terms of the physical location, other things to keep a note of is that there is a parking lot for physical plant right next to the campus urban farm. However, we do ask that visitors actually go park in lot 7, walk over, just because that is a staff parking lot with essential workers and grounds workers and, basically the staff from physical plant needing to park there to actually get to work. So unless you have mobility issues, we do have handicap parking there, as well as 2-hour visitor parking. So really, if you can make the walk, please do. So please direct any visitors with that as well. There's also a YouTube video, which is linked in your syllabus. So feel free to check that out if you want more of a visual on how to walk to the campus urban farm from the main campus. It's generally about a 10-minute walk, but that'll walk you through the visuals of getting there. In terms of when, so going back to that timeline, so it was initially proposed in fall of 2017, and at that time the farm was just the an underutilized campus nursery area. And then in February 2018, when it was first approved, got to working right away to clear out the space. And then basically in around mid to late 2018, we first got everything up and going. We were able to harvest the first large crops. So we were able to ramp up very quickly in 2018. And in terms of the why, so why even have a campus urban farm? So the farm is important because it helps to support a more sustainable food system on the campus itself, and by extension, the entire community, because we want to model those best practices. Also, this helps us address and combat food insecurity, which is extremely prevalent in the city of Carson, but LA County as a whole, as well as within the campus community specifically. A campus-specific study actually shows that 61.3% of our CSUDH students are food insecure, while another 15% experience homelessness. So these are very major issues that we need to address, and the farm provides us a platform and a venue to help address this issue for our campus. Additionally, it helps serve as a living laboratory and a resource for those wanting to get hands-on experience with urban agriculture, with sustainability. So as a venue, we're very important in terms of fulfilling that living laboratory function. In terms of the docents role, so we're happy to have you as part of this training program, because we really do need docents who will take a leadership role in supporting the success of the campus urban farm. Knowledgeable docents really help inspire, teach, and engage our visitors and general volunteers and expand our reach. And ultimately, docents are partners in supporting the continuous and regular maintenance needed to ensure a successful growing season. So you're very important in many functions, so we hope that you will continue this journey with us. And that concludes your first lesson. If you have any questions, feel free to contact the DH Urban Farm. Thank you.